Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the BOLDR Supply Company Venture with the jungle green dial. This is the three-hand automatic version, as you can probably tell from the sweep of that second hand. Now, before we get into the watch, I'll just mention it's considered a paid promotion because I was sent this watch and I don't need to send it back, so I get to keep the watch. Also, let's take a quick look at the packaging here. It's a very cool case. Let me zoom out here. So I have not received any other watches or purchased any other watches with a case like this. It looks like a Pelican case or any other kind of crush-proof, waterproof case. Definitely would do a good job of protecting the watch. Even has a little pressure release valve there, release, whatever. And here's the inside of it. I mean, I think it's kind of overkill, but it's a very cool case nonetheless. I don't even know what's in there. Manual, I guess. I didn't read it. It's a three-hand watch, and it comes with a little microfiber cloth too. It says it can handle the dirt, so very nice. Let's get this off to the side here, and we'll get back to the watch. I'm a little bit delinquent on this presentation. I have been enjoying this watch. Took it out in the woods a few times, camping, adventuring, whatever you want to call it. When I first put this watch on wrist, the strap was pretty stiff. It is maybe a little bit stiff. It's not really soft like a Bark and Jack NATO strap, but it feels fine on wrist. You put this on wrist, you don't even realize you're wearing the watch. That's due in part to the titanium case construction, also the shape and smaller size of this watch. So I really don't have many complaints, just maybe a couple things, but we'll talk about that later on. So as I mentioned, it's a titanium case, and it does have a Seiko NH35 movement, and the NH35 movement is a movement with a date wheel, and this is not cut out for a date, so it does have a ghost date position. It's not the end of the world, especially considering it's a $300 watch, $299. If it was, a $1,000 watch, it might be more of a issue for me, but I really don't mind it on a lower price watch like this. So this is the ghost date position. Turning it and nothing's happening. Pull all the way out and I'm stop the second hand. It's hacking. Since I mentioned the second hand, it has a nice orange tip there. So I think it goes well with the jungle green dial. I have my choice of dial colors. Actually, there's 4 colors. There's carbon black. I forgot the white's called. This desert white or something. I'll leave a link in the description. And then there's a navy blue. I had in a navy blue Wayfarer, Venture Wayfarer. So I figured I would go with green, pick a little bit different of a color. I don't have any watches. Well, I do have another green watch, but it's not this shade of green. This is olive green or jungle green, whatever you want to call it. The other one I have is more of a emerald green. But, very cool watch. Definitely have enjoyed my time with it. So, I think I forgot to mention this first pull out from the crown. The first position is hand winding. It does have 41 hours of power reserve. And as you can see on the dial, it's 200 meter water resistant. And there's a decent amount of lume here too, which we'll look at towards the end of the video. There we go, focused in there. And you can, of course, see the 24-hour indices around there as well. Let's look at the crown since we're here zoomed in. It is fully brushed. There's no polishing on this. It is a titanium case. I can see a little bit of scuffing here, but that's to be expected with a titanium watch. A little bit of scuffing up here as well. But I think it looks good for this type of watch. I think it adds character to it, definitely. It has a signed crown and drilled lugs. I have only worn this on the NATO strap because I wanted to break in the NATO strap and see if it would soften up, which it has. This watch kind of reminds me of the Zenith Defy Classic, I think is what it's called. I was kind of looking at buying one, but those are $5,000-$6,000. Those are also a titanium construction, but it's just a coincidence, I think. So, drilled lugs, very interesting case shape. I think I'm going to try this on a either a two-piece NATO strap, or I've been meaning to buy some FKM rubber straps. Really want to try this on some FKM rubber. The watch itself is 12.1 millimeter thick, but then when you add on the straps here, it's 15.1. And I'll show that here in a little while. Let me take a look at the case back. So what does it say here? 20 ATM, water resistance, sapphire crystal, solid titanium case, BOLDR Venture automatic, and SII, that's Seiko Instruments Industries, I believe. AH35, which is just a generic version of the 4R35. All right, let's get the strap back on here and talk about the dimensions. Another nice touch is this nylon strap does have titanium hardware, and you can see there's some wear on this as well. I really did enjoy my time wearing this watch. So one negative to this being titanium is if you are to buy an aftermarket rubber strap, silicone, whatever, any other kind of aftermarket strap, you're not going to get this titanium hardware with it. Maybe there is some out there. I'm not familiar with it. So I'll have to buy something with a brushed stainless steel finish, and it'll be close enough, I guess. And this buckle is signed right where the tang is at with a B for BOLDR. Okay, let's zoom back out. We'll go over the dimensions. So lug to lug, nice and small, 44.1. Case diameter, 38. Thickness, as I mentioned, 12.1 millimeter to that flat sapphire crystal. And it does have AR coating. Tilt it here in the light. Really don't see any. No. A little bit, but nothing too crazy. The crown size on this is 5.9 millimeter. And the most important detail about this watch is it weighs 60 grams. 60 grams is quite light. That's, I think the G-Shock with a combi, I think this is 40, 42, 45 grams. So it's really light for an automatic watch with a metal case. So let me get this on wrist. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Oh, so one negative with it is it has a ghost date. I don't know, not really a big deal. And then the other is, well, it's just really more so a problem with the NATO strap. Is with the NATO strap, it pops off the wrist. It definitely doesn't fit under shirt sleeves. Your shirt sleeve will get caught on here. So let me put this on wrist. First, I'll show you it next to a Khaki King. I like this watch, but the dome crystal, it picks up a lot of stuff around the perimeter and reflects it back into the case because of the shape. The flat sapphire, you don't have that issue with. But anyway, just a size comparison. And this is a field watch as well. Well, kind of a complicated field watch. It has the day and the date. I think this is only good for 50 meter. Yeah, 5 bar, 50 meter water resistance. But anyway, this one has 80 hours of power reserve with that, what is it called? The H80 movement, I think. Anyway, got off topic here. Let's get this one on wrist. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this on some different straps. I know I have some single piece straps in 20. I didn't mention that 20 millimeter lug width. So I skipped over that during the specs. So again, 20 millimeter lug width there. So there we go on my 6.5 inch wrist, the 52 millimeter wristband, and you can see this thing just really does pop off wrist. I don't know how that would, maybe if the lugs were, instead of curving down, if they came up more, I don't know. I really didn't have this problem with my Glycine Combat sub. I'll get one out and just look at it one of these days here. But yeah, you can see it. It's just levitating off my wrist. So not a big deal. It is a field watch after all, so maybe that's done on purpose so you can always see the watch doesn't go under your cuff. I don't know. So let me zoom out and then we'll take a look at the loom here. Actually, we'll look at it side by side with my SKX. This is a 42 millimeter case and this is 38. But again, well, I shouldn't say again. This has a rotating bezel. This has a fixed bezel. So the dial on this is, I would say, the same size as the dial on that. Yeah, I think the lighting's good here too. You get a true sense of the color of this dial. All right, let's zoom out here. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to this model, and then I should be able to leave a link to all of the different variations of the BOLDR Venture. All right, let's pause the video and we'll be right back with the loom. All right, so obviously on the left, the BOLDR Venture automatic. Now on the right, my SKX 009, which I didn't wind up or do the Seiko shake with, so the second hand isn't rotating. But we're here for the loom, and I am not disappointed with the loom on the BOLDR Venture. It's really holding its own against the Seiko SKX. Very impressive for a field watch. Definitely better loom than on my Hamilton that I showed earlier. And I think this watch is a great value for $300, $299. Let this run for a little bit longer. We'll shake the Seiko and it should start moving with that magic, what's it called, magic lever. But as always, thank you for taking the time, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.